guys, Ash here, Command today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I'm glad to have you all here with me today, talking some Raid Shadow Legends. I'm excited for the 15th installment. It feels like 15 at least, of the building a random team with whichever random champions I pull from whichever random shards I choose to open in that video. Today's video is going to be four void shards. I really regret not going after Emic Trunkheart. Really big regrets there. So hopefully I can get him today on the Progressive Chance event. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe.
May the waterfall hear my prayer.
And we also have a Remnant summon. So I'm going to do 4 void shards and 1 Remnant. We have a 2.5 mythical shot at the Remnant, and yeah, we're not even close right now in the clan versus clan, so I don't think even if I build 5 champions, even if I was to build 5 mythicals, which we can't even pull, how about 4 legendaries? 4 void legendaries in a row, that's likely, right?
What a vivid imagination.
All right, numero uno, here we go. We have a rare, and it is Harrispex. Ooh, this will be a good one. I've never in all my days maxed out Harrispex, who's a reviver, who's going to be an important component of our team. Champion number 2 is going to be another rare. It is Eviscerator. All right, we'll review their kits and share our thoughts after we build them. So I'm sure that will inform, you know, how we want to build them, right? We have Bulwark, okay, Bulwark. And then we have one more. How about an epic, legendary? Bellatar Mage Slayer. Come on, man. Bellatar Mage Slayer is actually going to be a great choice. A great choice here. A champion that no one really talks about that much. He's hard to get, obviously, but we have him. If I remember correctly, he has a heal, increase attack, and increase defense on the same ability. We'll talk more about him after we build, everybody. But Bellatar Mage Slayer. Did not see that one coming. Of course it's not Emic. Of course it's not.
You should just be thankful.
All right, let's do our Remnant. Let's do our Remnant to finish out this team here. All right, Remnant Summon. Give me the mythical. Come on, baby. Of course it's not a mythical. It's Frenzy the Cackler. All right, guys. So we have, the lineup is going to be Frenzy the Cackler, weighing in at 170 pounds.
No, I couldn't possibly, really. I'm dying.
With all that armor, maybe 190. We have Bellatar weighing in at 290 pounds. We have Eviscerator at, let's call her 110. We have Bulwark at 245 LBS. And then we have Harrispex. Harrispex doesn't really fit in this team now because we don't need the Reviver because we have Bellatar, but I'm sure we can get utility out of him. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to build this team, and I will be right back. Hey, guys, so I am building Harrispex, and I just thought I would take a moment out of the normal time that I'd cut in this video and share what just happened. We just got a quad roll speed on a supersonic weapon right now, right before your very eyes. So that's really awesome. I think this is probably the 4th or 5th quad speed that I have on my account after, you know, 4 or 5 years of playing. So anyway, back to you guys when we have all the builds complete. All right, guys, we are back about an hour later or so, and let me tell you, this might be my best team yet. So for the next, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna go over the builds and the kits on these champions, and then we're gonna try them in a few different areas inside the game in PvP and PvE. So stay tuned. This is gonna be good stuff. Bellatar Mage Slayer, dude. This guy looks pretty dang cool, right? I threw him in bolster and I built him with a lot of HP because, well, he has the most HP on the team and he has a good HP in all battles, 33% aura. On his A1, he's a 50% chance, fully booked, fully masteried on everybody here, of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill of an ally with the highest turn meter, except this champion on his A1. It's a pretty interesting A1 ability. On the A2, as we mentioned, increase attack, increase defense, and heal based on his HP on a 3-turn cooldown. For Reviver, this is an exceptionally good ability, having, again, the increase and 20% heal, and then he has the AoE Revive on a 4-turn cooldown as well. 50% turn meter, 50% HP. I love that it's a 4-turn. He also brings a shield there, 20% of his max HP. And then Critical Juncture, his passive, when a 70% chance of decreasing all of an ally's skill cooldowns by 1 turn whenever they're revived. I don't know, guys. I mean, people don't talk about this dude at all when they talk about Void Legendaries or Revivers for that matter, but I actually have a soft spot for this guy. I think he's really, really solid, really good, actually. He's not super meta anywhere in the game, but that doesn't take away from his unique ability with the critical juncture and the A1, how it kind of parlays together with a really serviceable A2 ability. Overall, I'm a big fan. Again, bolster, we have HP percentage, and we have speed on the boots. I did build him with a lot of resist too, 568 on the resist, so that, you know, he doesn't get totally CC'd anywhere we go. I figured he's no accuracy needed on his build, so I might as well go for a little bit something extra as well. I have intimidating presence on him as a 1-star awakening. For masteries, as I mentioned, guys, I ended up going defense and support. I ended up landing with lasting gifts as a tier 5 on the support side of things, and then selfless defender and unshakable on the tier 5, tier 6s, and the retribution counterattacks, right? Why not get more counterattacks? I probably should have picked up deterrence as well, so we can get more cooldowns off that A1. That's a really nice A1. 50% chance again when booked, right? So that will add up with the highest turn meter. All right, next up is going to be Frenzy the Cackler. Skinwalker Void. She's really cool. I also had a 4-star awakening on her, right? I really like her kit as well. She's going to be, I think, our main damage dealer for this team. Defense base, a hard-hitting A1 with an instant activation of HP burns on the target. It's only a 50% chance, but she's an epic, and it's an instant activation on the A1. Sign me up, right? On the A2, Jaws of Flame, 3-turn cooldown, HP burn, right? 100% land rate. It is a 3-time at random. Also fills this champion's turn meter by 10% for each burn placed by this skill. A nice turn meter built in on the A2. And then I love the A3 as well. It's Vexatious Cackle, 4-turn cooldown, 100% provoke on everybody from a Void champion. She's really good. She also brings her own increased defense big version for 2 turns. Man, Frenzy, where you been all my life, girl?
Take your army to the haunted forest and bring me that girl.
She's actually really, really solid. She has defense in dungeons by 30%, and I picked up Cruelty on her to decrease defense. Now, I did orient, you know, these builds, excuse me, to maximize some damage for Frenzy and for Eviscerator, because we don't have a lot of DPS on the team. We have 2 Revivers, you know, not a ton of DPS. So for that reason, I wanted to take advantage of our great multipliers and go with crit rate with crit damage on the gauntlets, and I went defense percentage on the chest and speed on the boots. I did go HP on the banner. The reason I was able to get HP, more survivability on that banner, is because I went triple perception on the top to pick up that 120 accuracy, so I could put the banner on her for survivability. Those are her total stats. I did want to show her her multipliers really quickly. I alluded to them on hellhades.com. On her A1, it's a 3.4 defensive multiplier, really solid. On the A2, a 1.8, but it's a triple hitter, and then a 3.8 defensive multiplier on her A3 ability. Her base defense is 1443. That really puts her in the conversation, believe it or not, with that AoE as one of the hardest hitting defensive epics in the game, right? Up there with, you know, a Hoskarul or a Grush the Mangler, right? So really, really impressed on those multipliers. We'll see what she can do in terms of damage in the battle. I did go down, pick up War Master, and I came down the support tree as well. Pretty basic here on the build. I wanted a little bit extra accuracy as well, so we did go support. You could definitely make an argument to go defense on her as well, because the defense on her, she's defense damage based on, but also survivability on her. We want a lot of it because of those provokes. She does have increased her defense by 2% each time a burn is activated. Stacks up to 20%. It does reset each round, but that's going to be handy as well. So I really, really love Frenzy the Cackler's kit. Eviscerator. Eviscerator is a really unique rare champion. She's another fun one. I put her in Perception and Savage. She's also the slowest on the team. I used gear that I had available, like not on another champion for this video, and then I upgraded a lot of gear for Clan vs. Clan 2, because that's kind of the other reason that I do these videos. I do this series in Clan vs. Clan for obvious reasons. I have her at 95, 250. 95 we'll get back to in a moment. She has an increased crit rate on her A1, which is going to be essential. After I built her, though, I did find myself regretting the build a little bit, but we're going to be fine in Savage and Perception. What does she do, first of all? On her A1, Bleed Dry attacks one enemy 2 times. Extra 15% chance of critting, right? And then we have a 50% chance of placing the weak version of Poison for 2 turns if the attack is critical, okay? So we only really have to build her to 85% crit rate for the A1. On the A2, there is no extra crit, so I still wanted to build her as close to 100 as I could get. It's an AoE decreased defense. It's a 75% land rate. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. It's not ideal, but for a team like this, and this can apply to new accounts out there too, she's all I got, right? So I'm definitely going to lean heavily into the decreased defense. You know, it's the weak version as well of the decreased defense, but we'll take it, right? But the suppression is what makes her unique and what makes her worthy of, I guess, a void rare title. Attacks an enemy champion with a default skill whenever they're healed or receive a buff. Attacks one random enemy if multiple enemies are healed or receive a buff at the same time. It is a 1-turn cooldown, so it's not like she's going absolutely nutso. She does need to take a turn to activate it again. So I guess a little bit more speed would be nice. But the reason I was kicking myself, I went Phantom Touch, by the way, as well on a blessing. The reason I was kicking myself a little bit is I should have went Reflex. Just because, again, there's only one other active ability. And sure, Savage will help. Ignore defense, absolutely. Have some nice crit damage on her as well. But I really would rather get back, even the weak version, to more decreased defense on this team. So I think that Reflex would have been a little bit better for the team that we have. But generally speaking, I think that Savage is just fine. I kind of have her in arena build. We go down the defensive side of things. More Retribution, more deterrence from more counterattacks with that A1. And then we did go down on the offensive side of things as well, as you guys can see. And we ended up going with Helm Smasher. We'll see what she can do in the arena. So that is Eviscerator. She's not my favorite void rare in the game, but she's not absolute trash either. Speed on the boots, attack percentage on the chest, and crit damage on the gauntlets. All right, it's the little fella, Bulwark. Believe it or not, I had never built Bulwark ever on my account. So brand new build here. I built him with some survivability. So he has 62k on the HP, 2800 on the defense. He does have 207 on the speed and 363 on the accuracy. Obviously, accuracy is going to be the most important stat on this champion. He's bringing the weekend on the A1. It's not a high land rate, but hey, it's a 30% chance, 35 because we picked up Sniper Mastery as well, so I'll take it, right? He's also landing a burn for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, single target on his A2, but his claim to fame is his punishing defense you guys are probably familiar with Bulwark. He's an old school champion, but he was used predominantly for clan boss for a long time as a debuff extender. Really one of the more underrated and unsung, or maybe he is sung, I don't know. He's good. Debuff extenders in the game. When attacked, 30% chance of extending the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. Really nice there. I went pretty much chalk on the masteries. I came down the support side of things. I did go Cycle of Magic. No real benefit of Lore of Steel here on this particular build. We'll get to that in a moment. Master Hexer and Sniper as well for that A1 ability. We came down the offensive tree, and ended with War Master as well. So that's going to be the Bulwark build. I put him in Deflection. I don't use a lot of deflection here, but the purpose of these videos isn't just to use the most basic sets on everybody. Triple perception on every champion, you know? I want to try to use 4 pieces, especially highlight ones that I don't use that often. So I'm going to go with deflection. We get the HP, we get the defense, nice survivability on a 4-piece, and 25% chance to deflect 1 debuff onto the attacker when a debuff is placed on the wearer. Solid, right? And it doesn't require accuracy to do that, even though we have plenty of it on this build. I have speed on the boots, I have HP percentage on the chest, and I have HP percentage on the gauntlets as well. Total stats again, well, I already showed them to you, so you don't need to see them twice. Harrispecs! We have Harrispecs in. I kind of alluded to this when I showed you that quad speed roll earlier in the video, which was like an hour and a half ago, and in real time, probably 10 minutes ago for you guys. Supersonic 9-piece on Harrispecs. He's gonna be my little speed demon because his speed booster. He has a turn meter fill ability, so I figured let's go all the way to 9-piece. Increase turn meter full effects cast by the wearer by 30%. And then decreased turn meter effects are going to be mitigated. Fills his champion's turn meter by 2% for each buff on each enemy. And then we get a whopping 32% speed from the 9-piece set as well. So it's going to be great. I do have him in the best I had in terms of supersonic. Did I say merciless earlier? My bad. I do have the best gear that I had for supersonic, but massive bummer that I have no speed substats on the banner for Lizardmen. So we're leaving a ton of speed off the table, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We do have him at 273 speed with a lot of survivability. The reason I wanted to build him primarily as a turn meter booster, kind of a go first increased speed champion. Again, it's the weak version of increased speed, but it's a 3-turn cooldown, and we don't have it from anybody else on the team. So we're definitely going to utilize Harrispex in a big way on this team, even though we already have a Void Legendary Reviver in Bellatar. He has the Fate Reweaved, his Revive. It's an old school rare Reviver here. There's only like 7 in the game. He's one of them. It's a crappy Revive. We probably won't be using it a lot, but I figured let's double down on the speed, double down on the turn meter increase, hence the supersonic set. We can get some utility out of this dude, absolutely. We went down, picked up War Master for a little bit of damage, and then we went down the defensive tree as well. We picked up a Retribution and a Cycle of Revenge as well for some turn meter increase, get back to that increase speed and the turn meter boost on the A2 ability. He does have a poison on the A1. We didn't build him with accuracy. Frankly, it's a low land rate, 15%, 30 when booked. It is on each hit, but it's the weak version of poison. I wasn't going to build him in accuracy just for that poison. We have enough sources of damage between these 3 champions on the team. All right, guys, that's the squad. Those are the builds. What do you think of my builds? Let me know in the comments below if you like them, if you would have built any of these champions in different ways. Let's go in Minnow, stage 15. They'll never add more stages. They're never, ever, ever gonna do it, man. Never gonna do it. I'm sorry, guys. Don't blame me. Actually, we're gonna have a little meeting with Plarium soon, the content creators, and I'm gonna ask them exactly about Minnow. That's gonna be my question. We have a couple questions each. Anyway, here we go, guys. We are going into, this is just kind of a little test run here. I just wanna see what kind of damage everybody can do, kind of see everybody's skills and abilities in, you know, the actual battlefield here. So, Frenzy, man, I think out of all of these champions, obviously Bellatar like is in a league of its own because he's a Void freaking legendary, but Frenzy, dude, with the burn activation and the multipliers and the provoke, man, that's it's pretty dang good, huh? Anyway, here we go. Land the provokes there. I just love, I love a good Void Provoker. You don't have to worry about affinities, you know? It kind of goes with obviously all debuffs, but still, it's nice to have. I'm assuming that Eviscerator and Frenzy are going to be jockeying for damage lead on this team. We didn't lose anybody to Minnow, nor should we. We are landing quite a few of those weak versions of Poison, right? It's on the A1 of Harrispex and the A1 of Eviscerator as well, right? So, hey, maybe that will add up a little bit. The weak version of Weaken also on that A1. Hey, all these debuffs count. We talk about this all the time when we talk about champions like Bellower, right? I feel like some players out there, they discount the weak version of debuffs and buffs, but if you don't have it already on your team, same thing with increased speed on Harrispex. Heck, it's going to be great, you know? Keep in mind that buffs and debuffs go based on the total stats of a champion after all the gear and everything else, right? Whereas, you know, just an aura just goes off the base stats. So Frenzy pulls off 559k, Harrispex 57k, whatever, Bulwark 61k, Eviscerator 317,000, not bad. Look at that, 600,000 in heals on Bellatar and 241,000 in damage, not built for damage at all on Bellatar Mage Slayer. So not bad. First impressions are, again, I really love this squad. Let's go ahead into, we showed Dragon's Lair in the last one. Let's go again, stage 22, Ice Golem, and see how we do here, right? It's going to be nice. We have that great wave control again. We lead in with the provokes on Frenzy. Did you guys notice the damage there? Now, you're already seeing a little mistake that we made in this on this build, right? Not the end of the world, but ideally, we'd have Eviscerator being faster than Frenzy at least. Because Frenzy is the only one who really truly has an AoE nuke on the squad. Ideally, she'd be landing that decreased defense, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be make or break or anything like that, but we'd love to have our decreased defense champion obviously going first. So we just absolutely shredded through this this first wave. Let me come back to you guys when we get to the Ice Golem and see how we do there. All right, guys, the team is doing well, man. This is a solid group of champs, if I do say so myself. Even little Bulwark, we haven't talked much about him, but he'll be effective, especially like, you know, Clan Boss, he'll be super effective. I'm going to run this freaking team together in Clan Boss just for the hell of it, but it's obviously not going to be, you know, the best. I don't know, we got a little bit of burnage, a little bit of weak version of poison, certainly a lot of survivability. We'll see what we can do, of course, right? Now, Frenzy, we do have the increased defense for Frenzy on Bellatar, but keep in mind, she does bring it herself as well on that A3, another nice thing about her kit. I could see a lot of players getting a lot of utility out of her. Now, this Ice Golem can hit hard. The burns are doing a good job. We do have the weak version of decreased defense, obviously, on the Ice Golem as well. Man, those little poisons, again, kind of adding up here. Let's see if the team can stay alive, right? With the big version increased defense, though, and the fact that we're kind of pacing our damage, we got an instant activation of the, or did we not? There's no burn, Ash. We couldn't have gotten an instant activation there. There we go, landing a burn. I do like that we have the instant activation parlayed with another burner on the team in Bulwark, though. That's nice. But even if somebody dies, like Eviscerator probably, heck, we've got 2 revivers on the team. We place the weak version of Weaken. There she goes, right? But everybody's nice and healthy otherwise. The weak version of Weaken's going to be helpful too. 15% more damage is, well, 15% more damage. You heard it here first, guys. That's why you subscribe to the channel, for that cutting edge strategy content. 15% more damage equals 15% more damage. Wow. You don't get that everywhere.
I am going to throw myself into the sea.
Hey, we revive Eviscerator. We got that nice, juicy, you know, cool, reduce the cooldown. She should be able to go right into her AoE right now before she probably dies again. And she doesn't. That was awesome. But hey, we're methodically making our way through the Ice Golem here, and everything's looking pretty good. I don't want to jinx it because Ice Golem can get tricky the longer that you go, but everybody seems to be doing well, and you can see it's actually benefiting us quite a bit that we ran Bellatar in the high resist build. He's not getting frozen. He's able to come in there and heal everybody else on the team. We get that nice increased speed, the turn meter boost from Harrispex. I think he even got a spot revive in on one of the Eviscerator deaths. Man, she just keeps coming back and back and back and back. Okay, guys, I think you get the point here on Ice Golem. Let's go ahead and try out a little arena. Actually, let's do a quick Clan Boss run just to see what this team does, right? For the heck of it. Over under 9 million damage on Ultra Nightmare. That's where I'm going to set the over under. And I'm going to go under. Uh-oh. Bellatar's not going to die, though. That's the thing, right? It's getting a little interesting here, though. But I think the next turn, it's a 4-turn cooldown. He must have it back up. All right, if not that turn, then right now. There it is. Boom. Yeah, we can't die with Bellatar carrying this squad, right? All right, guys, we'll take a look at the stats at the bottom, at the end of this run, excuse me, and then we'll go to Clan Boss. All right, guys, here we go. Victory is ours. It only took us 6 minutes to do so, but Bellatar comes in with a clean, cool 2 million heals. There's a lot of healing, a lot of dying, a lot of reviving, and a lot of healing on this squad. Eviscerator 1.9 milli, Frenzy 3.5 million, Bulwark almost 1 million, Harrispex about half that. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. Everybody bringing a little something to the table here, which I absolutely love. Curse set, which is great, but the pieces kind of stunk. All right, let's go to Clan Boss here, guys. What do you think? I set my over under, and let's just check. Let's just check what we got from yesterday real quick, right? 2,000 points on the clan versus clan. Nothing there. And nothing there. All right, here we go. Ultra Nightmare battle. Get this team out. And this team in. Are we ready? Are we ready? Over under 9 million. My clanmates are gonna be like, what is Ash doing? What is this team? 8.31! No, I was right on the under by just a smidge. So Frenzy and Eviscerator, of course, doing the most damage there. And I'm sure you guys would have loved to see the run, said nobody. All right, let's go to little arena action. Bulwark, we love you, little fella, but we're going to take you out here. It's going to be a 4-man or 2 lizards or 3. It's going to be some people here on the squad. Let's see what we can do here with this team. We do it or benefit. Oh, they received a buff, so Eviscerator goes right in, tries to assassinate Arbiter. I like it. I like it. Bellatar resists the debuffs from Madame Ceres, which is nice. Let's go ahead and give the increased speed on everybody, and everybody's gonna get close to dying. We did get the counterattack there on Eviscerator. It's okay. Everybody can die. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's revive them and reduce their skill cooldowns. We're gonna come right back in here. We're gonna provoke the enemy team if the block debuff falls off. It does not. So let's just test out the multiplier on the A3. We're not going to be able to land any HP burns, but maybe we can kill the reviver. We can't. She comes back in, another bombs away here. Let's go with the increased defense and the heal on the A2. We could probably keep Frenzy alive. Let's come in the AoE on Eviscerator right now. Ooh! Eviscerator finally showing up to the fight. There we go. Not the hardest team in the world, but it's a team. It's a team. And we got a freaking team too, right? What do you say? All right, here we go. Here we go. One more before we end things off. Let's get our turn meter booster in there. Harrispeck's also our aura lead here. He has speed in arena battles. I think it's like a 10% or something like that, but it's nice. We're going to come in here with the Vexatious Cackle. I love the name of this ability. We're going to provoke everybody, and it's toast. Slayer's Roar goes in, doing a little bit of damage. Everybody's provoked. We have increased attack on Eviscerator. Bye-bye. 51k? I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not, insane, but it's not bad. Let's do one more squad here. Let's tick things up a little bit of a notch here against this one, right? Man, what do you guys think? Especially those of you who have watched the 2 of you who have watched every single installment in the proverbial series here. I'm very curious what you guys think about this team. I'm just going to come in with the A1 here. And let's go and provoke everybody. And wait till the block buffs goes away, and then we can go in with the A2 on Bellatar. Let's try to land a couple debuffs, right? Nice damage there. I like we don't have to worry about affinities at all on this team. Get a little A1 action. Rats off to you. Sure, UDK, that's fine. We still have block buffs on Eviscerator and Frenzy, so I still think the right move is just to A1 on Bellatar. Yeah, we have a sheep Eviscerator. That's good. You know what? The thing about sheep sometimes is like in cases like this, you think to yourself, well, at least it's going to keep them alive, right? At least it's going to keep them alive. All right, so we go in here, go in there, do a little bit of this. Can we finally buff up? We can finally buff up here with the A2. Look at Bellatar, though. Like, no one's touching this dude, man. He is a tanky MFer. All right. Big nuke comes in. Vlad didn't feel that bad, though. Let's A1 again. All we need is... I don't know. All we need is I don't know. That's the... all right. A little bit of damage here. Getting by UDK is always a pain, isn't it? So let's go ahead and try to save the revive of Bellatar and use Harrispeck's revive. Look at that whopping... What is it? 20% health or whatever? All right. Let's provoke everybody. Boom. That's the damage that we're looking for there. Absolutely. All right. All right. All right. Let's A1. I'm going to worry about Monkey King. Just want to keep chipping away at Rotos here. Extra turn. UDK is finally out of his... is this a 2-time hitter? It is. I don't really want to get rid of the monkey. I'd rather have him provoked than dead and back in 3 turns, you know? That being said, let's go in with the AoE again. He does die that time. It's okay. All right, all right, all right. Vlad's strong now too, man. He's another guy who's a lot better than he used to be. All right, I'm not gonna lie. We might win this. We might not. But it's getting a little bit boring. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, forget it. Now it's getting interesting. I think we might be toast, though. We went up against we bit off a little bit more than we could chew here, it looks like, guys. I don't know. I don't know. We got one shot. You know what? We have a Harrispex, you're one turn away, little fella. Can you stay alive just for enough time to revive our big boy reviver? Yes, you can. Harrispex getting the job done, but he's going to be... Look at that. Look at how much HP you have, man. Oof. Oof. All right. We land the provoke. What are we... Where are we here? Oh, we're 3 turns away. Yeah, we're toast. We're toast. Hey guys, I still had a blast with this video. Let me know what you think of all of these champions. If I had to power rank them, I mean, they're all so unique, honestly. It's stupid to power rank them because obviously I take the Void Lego first, and then I'd probably take Frenzy. But again, we're going like based on their rarities here. So let me know if you were impressed by somebody specifically in this video, or if you're let down by anybody as well. Thanks for watching till the end, and as always, take care, guys.